Warning, this video contains flashing images. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I do very much appreciate each and every one of you actually dropping by. Welcome to my playlist of reacting to scary videos from YouTube. Can we debunk any of these videos? Are any of these videos genuinely scary? Or are they a load of baloney and completely hoaxed? Hey, let's find out. Like, comment and subscribe, my friends. Like, comment and subscribe. Here we go. Let us start the video. Welcome one and all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for choosing my channel to chill out to. Well, we've not done this in a while. We're going to be reacting to a Chills video. I've not done his content for a long time. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see if there's anything here that can scare us, or if there's anything here that can maybe debunk and say, oh, this is how it's done, or anything like that. Anyway, I think we should maybe get onto the video, shouldn't we? Shall we, my friends? Yes, we shall. Here we go.
Mustafa Sven is one of the very few brave paranormal exploration channels from Iraq, and he is definitely one of the best. Let's check out a 24-hour challenge he took at a scary haunted abandoned house that he's always been afraid to go exploring. It isn't long until paranormal entities come wailing for him, and all of the creepiness is caught on video with 2 different cameras.
Did any of you out there do a 24-hour challenge? I would. It sounds quite cool. Stuck in an abandoned house or whatever. Yeah, I think that would be quite exciting, quite interesting to do. Probably nothing would happen, but yeah, it would still be quite fun, wouldn't it? What do you all think? Would you be up for that sort of thing? Or are you all chicken out there? Are you chicken, as Marty McFly says in the Back to the Future movies?
It starts with little things that are quite weird, like a shadow moving strangely in the hall behind him. I mean, yeah, I guess it could just be his hand, but the shadow doesn't exactly follow his movements, and I don't know, the angles just don't match up. Then, shortly after the spooky shadow passes by, more weird things are caught on camera. The backpack is actually very well balanced and should not tip over, and it bothers him that it does. He tries to recreate the situation and cannot.
Not very scary, is it? Not at all. Hold on. I'm going to pause the video here. Let's go back to that shadow. I'm sure I can debunk that shadow without any difficulty. Right, here we go.
In the hall behind him,
that there. That's 100% fake. That's using a masking technique that you can do on video editing software. Not a chance in hell that is real. That's a mask. Let's put it on again.
Yeah, I guess it could just be his hand, but the shadow does.
Look, it just looks so stupid, doesn't it? It's so quick. So yeah, for me, that's someone's done that. Someone's used a mask to do that, because it just looks so weird. It just looks so funny. Let's do it again.
Entities come wailing for him, and
let's have a look at it again. Let's see if I can
video with 2 different cameras.
Show you what I mean.
It starts with little things that are quite weird.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that mask. I'm pretty sure that video. See that in the background? I'm pretty sure I've seen that before on a few YouTube videos. Apparently, you can actually get YouTube videos that you can use green screens on to make your own effects. I do believe this is one of them, because I recognise that.
Like a shadow moving.
I recognise that effect.
In the hall behind him.
I recognise that effect on a few videos that I've seen on YouTube. So yeah, for me, this is 100% fake. I do apologise for that, my friends, but these things do happen.
Yeah, I guess it could just be his hand, but the shadow doesn't exactly follow his movements, and I don't know, the angles just don't match up. Then, shortly after the spooky shadow passes by, more weird things are caught on camera. The backpack is actually very well balanced and should not tip over.
We'll have to rewind that one again. We'll see.
Then shortly after the
Here we
spooky
go.
shadow passes
Here we go.
by,
I don't believe
more
this one
weird
either,
things
but
are
here we
caught on
go.
camera.
I'm a bit dubious at how I'm trying to get the words out here. I'm very dubious about this one. How the bag falls over. It looks very controlled. It does not look natural, does it? It's like very gently falls over. So could they maybe be using a mask for that as well? Someone has actually took hold of the bag and gently moves it using some sort of masking technique. It kind of looks that way to me.
But the shadow doesn't exactly follow his movements, and I don't know, the angles just don't match up. Then, shortly after the spooky shadow passes by, more weird things are caught on camera.
Yeah, I don't believe this for 1 second, guys. I think somebody's put a mask on that. Somebody's actually moved that, put a mask on it, removed themselves so you don't see them actually touching it and moving it. It's very controlled the way it moves. It's not natural at all.
The backpack is actually very well balanced and should not tip over, and it bothers him that it does. He tries to recreate the situation and cannot.
No, that's not right either. For some reason, the moan is very, very close to the microphone, isn't it, on the camera? Is that maybe added in After Effects after the video is in editing? I don't know, but to me that seems a bit misleading as well. Anyway, let's continue.
Scary noises aside, the backpack is far from the only object caught on camera moving by itself on this haunted night. A stone silently dislodges from the mantelpiece and crashes to the ground, followed by another one. The poltergeist is pulling this house apart brick by brick, willing to do whatever it takes to scare this ghost hunter away.
So I'm finding this video very, very difficult to believe. So many things seem to be set up in that area where the camera is, so you can capture everything. Usually if these things do actually happen, they would not be on camera. You would hear them in the background. You wouldn't actually see it happening, you would just hear it. Here you're seeing everything on camera. That's why I'm a little bit dubious about this video. It seems to be a little bit on the fake side here. Everything seems to be very controlled. Especially that brick falling off. Let's see if I can have a look at that brick again.
A stone silently dislodges from the mantelpiece and crashes.
That looks like it's a fake background there. It really does, doesn't it? That looks like it's got a fake background here. So is there some sort of mask overlaid onto this? Possibly. But that's what it looks like to me. That looks fake. Looks like a fake background.
Followed by another one. The poltergeist is pulling this house apart brick by brick, willing to do whatever it takes to scare this ghost hunter away.
I just do not believe this for 1 second. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
A padlock bounces on its own like a ghost is trying to open the door.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Watch closely and tell me if you think this is a poltergeist or someone on the other end of the door poking through the crack with a stick. But just when I was beginning to think this video might not be paranormal, it becomes one of the creepiest videos I've seen in a long time.
What's so creepy about this? These screams don't seem real.
Spirits closing in makes him realize this 24-hour challenge needs to be cut about 20 hours short, and so he finally leaves.
If you have any ghost videos you would like me to react to, why not send them to my email address? Thank you very much.
Number 10. The grounds where a double life-taking has occurred is no place to be at night. The guys in this video learned that the hard way.
I'm guessing that's one way to put it, isn't it? Double life-taking.
In October of 2017,
I've not heard it put like that before.
Investigation has all the right ingredients for fear: a storm, an abandoned house at night in the middle of the woods, and a Ouija board. The host, Aiden, says the house has a super creepy backstory and is said to be haunted. The story goes that two male lovers built a mansion up in the woods. As such things weren't accepted at the time, the men had their lives taken in this home. The suspects received life sentences in 1982, but the fact that the police investigation turned up occult tools and books, along with the macabre decor of the home, turned the event into a media circus. The men were labeled devil worshippers.
So there's actual evidence of this story being true. That's quite interesting, isn't it? There's actual evidence that these crimes actually did happen. It's not just hearsay, it's not just legend. There's actual evidence. And being back in the 80s, which was not so long ago as well, you'll be able to look that up online, wouldn't you? You would. We're not going to do that in this video, in case you were wondering. But anyway, you probably could do that. Anyway, I think we should continue. Interesting, my friends, interesting.
And now back to this video. The ghost investigators leave their house at midnight in a storm, planning to arrive at Corpsewood Manor at 3 a.m. They drive into the woods and then set out on foot on the path, not sure where they are, ready to get lost. They arrive at a fork in the road and finally find their way to the abandoned manor. Aiden hears a grumbling, which he admits may be thunder.
I heard like a grumbling, but that might have been thunder.
He says that his camera, with its full battery, keeps shutting off every time they attempt to start with the Ouija board. At 3 in the morning, they begin asking the Ouija board if anyone had their life taken there. Nothing happens, but they do hear something in the vicinity. Aiden says that he wants to go check it out and thinks it sounded like someone walking.
I heard someone over there.
Anybody hear anybody walking?
Out, hearing another sound in the trees, he thinks it was probably the wind.
Dude, I heard something.
No, you did not.
They decide to leave.
I like it. I heard something. No, you did not.
Anymore. Can you blame
Excellent.
him? Aiden recalls that when he sat at the Ouija board and opened up the portal to the spirit world, he forgot to say goodbye, and he claims that ever since then, weird stuff has been happening. All I know is that place seriously seemed haunted.
Not too sure about that, everybody. That seems a little bit dodgy. I don't know. I like the backstory. The backstory is quite cool. You know, for the rest of the video, I think I'm going to have to take a whiskey. Crikey. It's not going so well so far, is it, my friends? Anyway, how are you all doing? Are you enjoying so far? Do you believe any of this stuff you're seeing in this video? Possibly not. It's very elaborate, isn't it? Especially the first one with the brick falling, the lock moving, the bag falling, the alleged ghost in the background. It's very, very suspicious looking. Yeah, I don't really believe that one if you're pushing me on it. Anyway, we're going to continue.
YouTuber Dark Life says this was the worst EHF find he's ever discovered in an abandoned house. Dennis explains that he didn't bring his tent, so he won't be spending the night.
Ладно, пойду я дальше, не буду терять время. Сегодня я без палатки. поэтому ночевать я здесь не буду оставаться.
Later inside, a spirit confirms that she is there.
Здесь кто-нибудь есть из мира мертвых?
The spirit says that she remembers her relatives.
Помнишь что-нибудь из жизни? Ты что-нибудь помнишь из жизни?
I hate when you see these kind of devices in TV shows and videos and stuff like that. All these devices are not proving anything. It's all pseudoscience. It's not scientific fact. It's just people's perception of what they're actually doing. Yeah, it's not been tested, has it? That none of the devices shown in these TV shows or YouTube videos actually have any credence to them actually doing what they're meant to be doing. Or a lot of the times, a lot of the YouTubers are not sure how to work the devices, and they just mess it up. But yeah, for me, it's pseudoscience. It's not been scientifically proven that these things actually work. What do you all think? Do you think I'm mumbling a load of rubbish? Maybe. Anyway, this whiskey's quite nice.
As Dennis is standing in the dark, he accidentally steps on a hornet's nest.
Опа.
That might be the only thing real in this video, a hornet's nest. You don't want to stand on one of them bad boys.
He leaves a camera down there instead, so as not to be stung, but something spins his camera around.
What do you mean something spins the camera
I
around?
don't know what did that, but it was not a hornet.
Thank you for the great support, I really do appreciate it. If you are enjoying what I'm doing, why not think about subscribing to my channel? It is free and would help me a great deal.
What?
Number 8. A YouTuber named This Is Dan Bell has made a name for himself by exploring some of the creepiest abandoned places on Earth. This time he is seeing what he can find at an abandoned house outside of Baltimore City, the former home of the notorious Stephen Craig Johnson to be exact. In 1983, Stephen Craig Johnson brutally ended the life of his child in a fit of delusional rage. The case grew famous all up and down the entire East Coast, and it doesn't look like anyone has lived in the house ever since, as Dan Bell travels deeper inside.
That's quite horrible. So this is a true story then. This person actually did live in this house and actually did do that to that kid. That's quite disgusting. That's quite horrible. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not too sure I'd like to step foot in that house if that thing did happen to that child. Very, very, very not nice. I don't know what to say, guys, but yeah, that is very not nice.
Sadness and despair clinging to every room. Amidst the discarded debris and wreckage, Dan Bell finds a weird handwritten letter in the closet with illustrations of a woman on the front and back. There's a brief paragraph talking about how evil the house is and what can be done to stop it. Some of the handwriting is kind of hard to read, so if anyone wants to type this letter out, I would appreciate it. Two things seem kind of sketchy about this letter to me though. First of all, the ink does not look faded enough to be something from the 80s, and the paper does not seem very aged either. I don't think it was penned by anyone in the Johnson family, so maybe someone else snuck inside and placed it here in recent years. Dan Bell is
Are you saying this could be a
nervous at this
hoax?
point,
Really?
but he's
Never.
gone this far and there's still an entire second floor left to explore. He eventually finds himself in a stale attic covered with scattered documents and heaps of trash. He's just about to leave when he makes eye contact with something that has been watching him all along. A vulture, the devourer of fallen animals,
A vulture?
silently regards him from
Where
the
is...
floor.
Oh, there it is there.
His gaze
Oh,
is calm and
that's quite
expectant,
creepy. That
almost
vulture, very
prideful in
creepy.
a way. If this really is a wild animal and not staged, then it is almost certainly a bad omen for sure. Number 7. While exploring an abandoned house, make note of what happens in your periphery. Published in March of 2021, the footage you're about to see was recorded in France around 11 p.m. as a pair of paranormal investigators round the corner of a dark, empty room. They discover that it isn't empty after all. Just beyond a picture that's leaning against the wall, a figure moves quickly out of sight as the light falls upon it.
Let's have a look at this
It
figure.
happens so fast that it's difficult to see what
Oh,
the
there is
figure
someone
even
there.
is, but it appears as though it's crouched slightly. As it
Definitely
rises
is
up before
someone
pulling out
there.
of view. The two-man crew approaches the hallway to investigate, but there's nothing there. Did it somehow soundlessly disappear into one of these rooms? Or as we suspect, did it disappear into thin air?
Or is it possibly just a squatter that wanted to get away, you know? That's what I think it was, a squatter in the house that is not meant to be there, but anyway, it's there. Yeah, that is definitely someone there. There's no doubt about that, unless it's maybe one of his friends. You know, they decided to make a YouTube video and decided, you know what, let's spice it up a little bit, let's get some action, and they done that. They pulled that kind of stunt. I don't know, but yeah. For me, it's a squatter, and yeah, there has to be someone there, because it does generally look like there's someone there.
Number 6. What happens when the next generation wants nothing to do with the family property in the middle of nowhere? Published by Jordan Sovis, Jordan and Chris explore a house that's been abandoned out in the country for a couple of years. They crawl under the garage door and jimmy their way in using a credit card. Inside, they find a lovely piano for the ghost pianist to play. And while searching the place, they spot someone outside.
Dude, there's a dude outside.
What? Hasn't this place been abandoned for like ever?
Is this the home's caretaker or something else entirely? Using a pendulum, they start
Could just be
asking the
somebody
ghosts
just going for a walk, you know?
They ask if they're in
Somebody
good
completely
spirits, and they're
innocent.
told no. Later, they ask the spirits if they can make their presence known, and the spirit answers,
Are you present with us here in this house?
Here we go, more pseudoscience rubbish. I don't believe in these either. They're easy to manipulate.
as they start
Very
to
easy.
panic. The ghosts don't let up.
Did that seriously just happen?
Calm down. Calm down. What is going on? Was that you?
For some reason, even after all of that, the guys stay. They again ask if there are spirits here, and this time the spirits reply with a song. The piano keeps playing, even after they've raced out of the house.
No way, dude.
Dude,
No way. Did that piano just seriously play by itself?
do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, no.
Still, they return. The
Yeah,
piano
you get
continues to play,
self-playing
and then this
pianos,
happens.
that's not something
long
new.
after, the ghost goes
Very
full-on
strange, they're acting that
poltergeist.
way.
Now we can see why this home was abandoned in the first place.
What was it? Go. You go first, man.
I don't want to be in this
Dude,
place.
I don't want it.
Straight up.
It's a little bit too pixelated to see anything, isn't it?
Why are you laughing right now?
Really cannot see anything at all.
I'm delirious.
Number 5. A Saudi Arabian ghost hunter known only as Hai claims to have caught a real jinn on camera while exploring an abandoned house that he knows is haunted. I can't tell if this is a gap in the curtains or a ghost in the window. He presses onwards and reaches the second floor before things get beyond creepy.
This would make an interesting game, wouldn't it? That would make a hell of an interesting game, that one. Very interesting. Would you guys play it? I would. I play a lot of these games on my channel as well. They're interesting. I find them interesting, but I'm a bit weird that way, aren't I? Yes. Anyway, let's continue with the rest of the video. That's right, softly kick the door open.
Movements.
Bismillah.
And staying one step ahead of the paranormal explorer at all times.
Bismillah. Bismillah الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء.
I would like to know what he's actually saying there.
The excited ghost hunter runs from room to room trying to keep up, praying for strength all the while.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
I guess that would be quite
As the
scary
ghost
if it's
apparently
real.
runs into a tall cabinet,
It's a very
I
big
can't
if
help
though,
but
isn't
wonder
it?
if it's just as afraid as he is.
Bismillah.
Cornered and with nowhere to go, the spirit finally has to rely on its supernatural defenses to get out of there quickly.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. 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 بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Scary noises
Kind of
are
freaking
heard
out a
all
wee bit,
around,
isn't he?
Doors shutting, cabinets opening.
does seem a bit
Soon as
scared.
strange and bizarre paranormal mist floods the room. It's hard to say if this was real paranormal activity or dust kicked up from him throwing objects everywhere.
That'll be
But I think
dust.
it's probably
Obviously
real,
dust.
and most
Come on.
certainly is creepy. Number 4. A YouTuber named Exploring with Felicity is exploring an abandoned house when her solo paranormal investigation goes very wrong. She thinks she hears spooky and creepy noises upstairs, and I do too.
Very creepy.
Whatever it is, it doesn't sound like a wild animal.
I just trying to get used to.
She makes it to the second floor and is about to go to the third when a spectral
Oh, don't on.
figure
There was
passes
someone
by.
there. Let's rewind it.
It doesn't sound like a
Right,
wild
let's pause it.
animal.
I just trying to get
I'm
used
sure
to.
there was something there.
She makes it to the second floor.
There's someone walking there. This has been set up, isn't it? Quite clearly been set up, my friends. Why would you be pointing a camera in the stairwell unless you're expected to see something walking past? Am I making sense? I do hope so. But yeah, for me, that's made up. That's someone there, so obviously she's not there alone. Definitely not.
And is about to go to the third when a spectral figure passes by. We don't get to see if this was a real ghost sighting or a scary stranger dressed in all black because she is too busy running out of the abandoned house to get a closer look.
It's just very convenient that she, hangs a camera there as if she's waiting on the person walking past. That's what I'm believing. I'm believing this is all set up and staged, No way that's real. She hangs a camera there for far too long. So I'm thinking this has all been staged. She was expecting somebody to walk past. That's exactly what's happened there. Hey, that's what I'm believing anyway. What do you all think? Do you think that makes any sense, what I'm saying there? I believe so.
Is all the paranormal evidence needed.
I
to
would say that though,
conclude
wouldn't
this
I?
Scary video is probably real. Number 3. An urban exploration channel called JJ Retro is exploring an abandoned house on the edge of an English village late at night. You can tell he's nervous just standing at the entrance of this creepy estate.
Time to come exploring somewhere like this because we're in the middle of nowhere, on the outskirts of Slinfold, at this rather creepy house. And there's a sort of haunted feel to it.
Outside, they find a spooky tree with a rope slung over the branch and a plank of wood to step off of. I don't think we need to spend much time explaining what kind of
Yes, that would be quite
here.
creepy.
And when they start exploring the inside, every room fills them with a renewed sense of dread.
Yeah, this is creepy. This is probably the creepiest.
It does
thing we've
look
done
creepy.
so far.
It really does. I would love to go to a place like that. I'm a bit strange that way, aren't
They
I?
try to joke their way out of how scary this urban exploration is, but eventually they have to admit they are getting spooked by something paranormal in the house with them. Weird noises are coming from upstairs, or so they say, but to be honest, I don't hear anything.
Jane, what the f***'s that noise?
It's quite dark stairs.
But as they slowly creep up the stairs, I can actually hear the weird sound, and that's when they get it. The creepy encounter caught on camera that they were all looking for.
Pay your chin.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's like it's getting closer,
And that's
isn't
when,
it?
with all of them on the steps, mind you,
I
the
like.
urban explorers see a rocking chair moving on its own.
Yeah, that's quite cool. I like that.
both and width.
Since part of the chair is hidden by the doorway,
That's very good.
maybe somebody was off camera making the chair move. Otherwise, this place is definitely haunted. Number 2. There's an abandoned house deep in the forests of Malaysia that was once owned by a kindly elderly man who threw large parties and enjoyed the company of everyone. But one day he mysteriously passed away, and in his place moved in rough and mean squatters who used the happy home for their own dark rituals.
Oh, that is like a ritual
Now,
or some
the
sort, doesn't
paranormal
it?
Investigators are looking to see how well these conjuring rites have worked. You're going to hear a noise after the footstep. Is this an animal or someone crying out loud?
That's an animal, isn't it?
If it is an animal,
Sounds like an animal.
we never hear it again.
Thing
And it
is,
isn't
you're
long
in the
before they
middle of
find
the
a
woods,
voodoo
so
doll made from
of course there will
twisted
be
wood
animals about.
scraps. It looks like it took a long time to make and is probably infused with arcane magic. There's a large wooden stick jabbed through its foot, so I think it's been used, but
That would be quite creepy, having a wee look at these sort of ritual icons or things that people make. Ooh, that would freak me out. Yeah. How about you guys out there? Would that freak you guys out? Yeah, but Eller, that noise you heard, that's an animal, isn't it? There's no way that's not an animal. You're in the middle of the woods, you know. Of course there'd be animals screaming and shouting and chirping away. So yeah, for me, that's an animal. But yeah, that does look like quite a creepy house. Anyway, let's continue.
is the question. They don't stick around and leave before whoever made it returns.
Awesome. Well, we're not going to watch his challenge, guys. Not a chance. We've got to give him a wee break. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm enjoying his video so far. I've not watched his stuff for a good number of months. I have to say, the editing on this video is not the best. He's usually got a lot better editing, so I don't know what's going on here. Hey, it's miles better than my stuff. I'll give him that anyway. Right, I think we should carry on. It's almost the end, my friends. I hope you're enjoying.
Okay, so I'm in an abandoned house, and there are, like, Blair Witch things hanging up here, and I'm going up here 100%. Okay.
A YouTuber named Commander Holly came across this strange cottage while hiking with her aunt in Ireland. The first floor is mostly just crumbling stone architecture, but Commander Holly looks up and sees strange ornaments hanging in the attic. At the top of a worn ladder, she finds an entire room full of things used for strange rituals and various incantations.
So here's the circle we found. I wish
Well,
this
it
was
is
a
Ireland.
job.
Ireland's
There's, like,
famous for these sort of things,
amazing,
aren't
like,
they?
triangle above
It's
it,
famous for
and
witches
In
and
the
stuff like
center of
that.
the room is a hanging decoration with faded pictures of various saints, and in the corner is a book of pure black magic. Commander Holly eagerly flips through its pages and decides to take it home to study, but I'm not so sure if that's a good idea. Let me know if you would have done the same.
I'm
or
sorry,
if you would leave
pure
it be.
black magic?
After all,
Really?
who knows what secrets are inside, or who may come looking for it.
That was interesting. That was an interesting video. I do hope you liked. You know what would be quite cool? Maybe following some of these content creators that are involved in this video, you know. Maybe try following them. That'd be quite cool. If you liked what I do, why not give me a like, comment and subscribe? That'd help me out a great deal, my friends. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, this is going to be the end of the video, isn't it? Yes, it is, my friends. Yes, it is. Until next time, I shall see you later. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. Did you find it quite scary? Was it quite interesting for you guys and girls out there? I really do hope so. Anyway, here are some other videos that might pique your interest. Until next time, I shall scare you later.